All right, is zooming, preparing.
Is it in the Facebook?
It's still running.
It says it is.
Yep.
Oh yes, it is. I can see.
Good. All right, let me report here. And I make you.
Ooh, this is fun. I can only see myself.
Let me check.
Facebook. Can see myself in Facebook, not you.
Hello, Facebook. We are streaming and we are slightly early. See, yes.
Can you hear me when I talk? Let's see.
Yeah. So hello, Facebook. We are slightly early. We are 2 minutes early, but we are so keen. I will be taking myself off. So Lily will be driving the day 2. So when you're ready, Lily, you can jump in anytime if you feel like. I will be mute in all time unless you call my name, but I'll be there.
Yeah, awesome. Amazing. So, see, okay, I'm here. This is so exciting. Oh my gosh, this is actually the first time that I used Zoom to zoom into Facebook group, but it works out really well. So, I would like to thank Lillian for, first of all, the opportunity to chat with us and facilitating the day 2 of the Sacred Heart community. It is so special, to be able to do this part because, like I mentioned to Lillian before, I love talk about all things money. And yeah, so I'm very, very excited to be here. I'm actually a little bit nervous, which is awkward. This is not the first time I do the talk, but that means it's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. So now it's 12 o'clock. We are right on the dot. If you guys, anyone joined, let us know. Let me know if you're here live, and if you're not here live, it's okay because we've got replay. That's the beauty of Facebook group. Yeah, just let me know when you watch replay and stuff. And if you have any question or any things that you want to ask or want to know more, feel free to put in the comment below. And I think Lillian has created a day 4 all about questions. So in day 4, we can actually jump into the questions and answer all the questions that you have. Right, so let's just start day 2. So I'm very, very grateful to be here, as I mentioned. So a bit of a house rule, well, not really house rule, but a bit of opening house rule. I would love for you guys to take this moment in and really be present, right? Really be present in terms of the things that we will be covering today, which is all about money, how to align, spending habit, because I truly believe that once you are present and really in this session, you will definitely get something out of it, and start practicing what we are going to share today. So who am I? For those who doesn't know anything about me or don't know me yet, I'm Lillian's sister. I'm a bookkeeper and I am a NLP certified practitioner. So what that means is I love all things number, right? But then again, I always get approached to women, especially asking about, oh, they don't know about numbers, they are struggling with numbers, and because of this issue or problem that they have, it's so hard for them to take the next step into whatever that they want to achieve. And hence NLP came about, because I'm so intrigued of how our brain works and how we act around money, how we think about money, and where that blockage coming from to solve or to uncover any money issue. We really want to know where it's coming from in order to solve the problem. So this is why I dive into NLP in the first place, and I didn't look back. So let's start, right? Let's talk about money. As Christina mentioned in day one, Lillian has guided us and allowed us to open our cosmic magic, right? So Lillian has allowed us to open freely about who we are and what our purpose is, right? And today, I really want to take that opportunity to channel your magic to the ground, to reality, let's just say, as mentioned, as Christina mentioned. It's such a perfect timing for us to get real in both our life and our business. But, what's the best time? FY 2020, well, this year, 2022, is the best timing. It's a divine time for us to focus on ourselves, and in return, it will show in every area of life business. Okay, so today I really want to share with you how you can be aligned your spending habits. All right, it's not a boring topic, right? Because all of us spend on something every day. It might be your your cup of coffee in the morning. It might be your transportation, like your bus, your train. It might be just little thing like your breakfast, little thing, right? So money is around us every single day. So why don't we spend this time to know more about it instead of avoiding it? Yeah? So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like, you are not doing enough, you're not good enough, you are not worthy enough? There's a lot of distraction of that person is doing more than you or better than you, and you are not doing something that's that you think will benefit you to take the next step, right? That sometimes, manifesting does not work for you or doesn't go your way. Have you ever, questioned yourself or felt that way quietly? Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Money is about 80% emotional and 20% about maths and numbers, right? Let me say that again. Money is about 80% emotional and 20% about maths and numbers, right? So you don't need to pass your maths exam. Like, for example, if you're kids, you have to do well in maths because this is your core of sorting out your life. Yes, in a sense, but you don't really need to pass your maths exam at school or be the expert in numbers to know your numbers or be comfortable with it or to work your numbers, right? This is the key thing here. It all comes down to your values, right? I'm looking at my notes here if I'm looking down. So your values, I have it as capitalized because your values mean so much to you as a person, as an individual. And that values actually drives you to make all the decisions that you are making, in life, for yourself, for your partner, for your family, for your kids, for everyone else, for your friends, right? So this is because the way that you act around money is so much about your emotion. Okay? I want you to take this in. This is because the way you act around money is so much so about your emotion. Okay? So your emotion around money often comes from values that were given to you, that you learned, or that you know of when you were a little kid, say when you were 7-year-old or 8-year-old, or even when you're a teenager. It happens along the way during your growing up process, right? Because you heard someone saying it, you experience different things, you decide different, you make different choices along the way when you grow up. Okay, so when we spend in alignment with our values, it helps us to feel more balanced, like really like more calm in our financial relationship. Okay, so spending in alignment with our values can lift those uncomfortable feelings associated with our money. Okay, I want you to really take this sentence in, because your values has so much to do in the way that you spend your money and your behavior around money. Okay, so the more that we align our life with our values, the better that we feel. Okay, so this concept direct applies to our money, right? So believe it or not, it is as simple as that. It's not about your marketing maths. It's not about the practicality around the strategies that you put behind your money. It's basically your values that you put behind your money that drives you in terms of how the money comes in and how the money goes out. Okay, so I want you to really, I'm gonna say this for sentence or affirmations where I want you to write it down. Okay, write it down on the paper, a piece of paper, or even, well, right now you can write it down on the paper, but I want you to take it away and plant it in your brain. Okay, money is not tacky. Money is not greedy. Money allows us to be empowered. Money allows us to make powerful choices. Okay, so let me say that again. Money is not tacky. Money is not greedy. Money allows us to be empowered. Money allows us to make powerful choices. Okay, I want you to plant these four sentences into your brain and really, wake up early in the morning. Take this as your affirmation. Okay, I want you to say out loud in the morning and really believe in it. Well, first few days you might feel like, oh, okay, this is only a sentence, it doesn't mean anything. But the more that you practice this affirmation every single morning, when you look into yourself in the mirror and say out loud, slowly and surely it will be planting in your brain or in your mind, and once that's there, you will begin to believe in it. Okay, you will begin to believe in it. So now we all know our value contributes to how we spend money, right? Do you guys agree? Give me an emoji or whatever if you agree. Or if I haven't lost you, please let me know that you agree with that the value really take a really big part in our spending in our life, right? So now the question that I want to ask, that I want you to ask yourself is, what is your value? What is your value? What is your value? So here's what most people get it wrong. I'll give you a few examples, because when you ask yourself this question, I encourage you to dig deeper in terms of what your values are in your life, right? Not your family value, not your business value, not your partner's value, not other people's value. What is your value as an individual? Okay, here's what most people get it wrong, or there's nothing right or wrong. I just want you to basically take it deeper and ask yourself this question. I'll give you a few examples here, or an example, so that you sort of know where I'm getting at. Okay, so for example, you might think, I value travel, so I spend on travel, right? When you value traveling, you love traveling, the fact that you can fly here and there, so you would spend on travel. Okay, so it sounds right on the surface, but we need to dig deeper. Okay, so what about travel that is valuable to you? Keep asking yourself the question, so you can dig deeper and answer, right? So for example, if you have a coach that work with you, your coach will be asking you questions. But the more that they ask, right, the more that your thoughts change, the more you will understand yourself, right? So I want you to ask yourself, what is your value? Yes, traveling is your value, but what about traveling that is so valuable to you? Is it about community, the connectedness, the culture, the compassion, the food? Those are the values, and that's what I want you to think about. Okay, when you ask yourself about what's your money value, what is it that is so important to you? Okay, if it's lifestyle, what is lifestyle that is so valuable to you? Okay, so go the next step deeper to ask yourself, what is it? Because at the end of the day, we want to find out what that core value is, because that is the drive for you, the drive of how you spend and accurate money. Sorry, my nose is just a bit itchy. A bit dusty, I guess. So a few steps. Okay, now that we know value is so important, so few simple steps that you can take away today to start literally now, right? Literally now. Take it away, these 3 steps to take away literally now or after this session. You can write it down, spend like 10 minutes or so, write it down, and see what you find. Okay, so step 1 is very, very simple. I promise you, it's not going to be daunting or scary, because I believe that everything in life, we need to make it fun, to start to get you start to do something that is so daunting to you, or that you have been avoiding. Okay, step 1, make a list. So money touches practically every area of our life. So like spend a few minutes writing a list of all the categories where money has an impact in your life. Remember, this is your value. Whatever that you write down is it's all about you as an individual. Okay, so make a list of all the categories where money has an impact in your life as an individual. So some examples could be, your lifestyle, as part of the category lifestyle, or your marriage, your family, your parenting, kids, your career, your friendship, your health. Might be going to the gym is valuable to you. Why is going to gym valuable for you? What do you get out of it, right? Or it might be just hobbies and fun, like hiking, swimming, movie, reading books. Write all those values. Like it might, at this stage, it might not make sense to you about why all these categories that I mentioned has to do something with your money, right? But trust me, trust the process and it will make sense, right? Write it down, the categories that has money, where money has an impact to you as an individual. Then after writing all those categories, write down some goals you like to achieve in each area. So for example, what are the top 3 categories that money has an impact on you. You might want to do 3 categories. Find a place for you yourself to start with, so it's not too overwhelming, like writing so many things. Then choose those categories, then write down at the side of the goals that you want to achieve in all those different categories. Like for example, lifestyle, what are the goals that you want to achieve in that area? Okay, so a fun way to do this exercise is to envision that you have already achieved it, right? You are actually living in it, okay? Living the best life. I've already got it. You've got it, you've done it, you are in it now. You're in that state of, geez, I've achieved it. That feels so good. Envision yourself as though as you've already in it. Okay? Ask yourself the question: what does my best life look like? How have my relationships improved? For example, if you choose a marriage, how have I grown? If you choose career as a category, what is important to me, right? So this would be all the questions that you can ask when you have already achieved your goal. Okay, so first category, and then this is all in your list, your category, and then what you want to achieve. And to make it easier, envision yourself as though like you have achieved it. That's how you can write down all the goals that you have achieved, right? And then once you've done that, that's step 1. Okay, step 2 is to prioritize. I can't say this word. Prioritize. Yeah, you get what I mean. I just can't say that word. I have no idea why. So step 2, prioritize. So this, big thing. Prioritize what is important, the most important to you, right? So hence, when you are so overwhelmed with so many things, pull yourself back and prioritize what is the most important. Choose 1 to 3, right? What is top 1, top 2, and top 3? So once you define some of the goals for each area in step 1, place them in order of importance. Okay, so that will be how you can tackle the most important category in your life first. Okay, so by prioritizing your goals, you can distribute both your time and money towards those that are most meaningful to you. Okay, decide which one you value the most. Remember, we are talking about value here. Obviously, the most important to you is the one that you want to prioritize first, and that category would be your top most valuable thing that means a lot to you. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense. I'm just thinking and say as I go. So this way you can be very, very intentional about developing spending and saving habits, right? Right? In very intention. You want to do things that's like intentional, not just fluff, not making a list and categorize it and that's it, but you want to put your intention in it, okay, to make it happen, to action, okay, that it's so it will help keep your goals and values in alignment, okay. So this is very, very important. Sorry, I kept getting notification. If you can hear me, that's my notification on my laptop. Okay, so that's step 2, prioritize. Okay, step 3, know your why. I know this is very like common. Everyone will be asking you, you have to know your why to do this. You need to know your why to proceed. But we want to keep this simple, right? So what's the most important thing that's in your life and why are you doing it, right? So what is your why? You have to know your why in order to have the urge to move, right? If you have the category there and you prioritize your utmost important thing for you, and you don't know why you're doing it, you don't know the purpose of having it there, then most of the time you won't be you don't have the urge to even start doing it. Does it make sense? So step 3 is knowing your why and your purpose. Now, once you prioritize your goals, dig a little bit deeper, right? This is the trend here. You guys, I encourage you guys to really go deeper and question yourself, ask yourself, and knowing more about yourself as an individual. Okay, right? So dig a little bit deeper to identify the reason that these goals are important to you. Okay, not just blase like fluffy things around, but it's actually prioritizing and knowing the purpose of why it actually exists. It appears on your sheets. Okay, everything has a reason. Everything that you write down yourself has a meaning. So what does that mean to you? So it's one thing to have direction to move in, right? So it's, yeah, do you get what I mean? Yeah. I think this is what I'm trying to say. It's one thing to have, a direction to move in. That is to know your purpose and your why. Okay? So knowing why you want to arrive at a certain destination will help keep you on the right path. Okay? It's all about aligning your purpose, aligning your values, so aligning your action. Be very laser focused on what you need to do and why you want to do. So even like the major distraction that you will get, you will still be able to pull yourself back and focus that this is your path, right? We are human beings. We have distraction that we need to deal with, like family, kids sick, activities that we have to go to, all these things that's happening around the world. There's plenty of distraction in our surrounding. But when you are laser focused on and prioritize your purpose and your why and your value, you will always be that person that is so grounded to, okay, yep, I know there's distraction here around me, but that's okay. That's normal. I can pull myself back because this is what I need to focus now. This is what is important to me now. Right? So remember, money is 80% about emotion. 80%. Okay? So recognizing the deeper emotional reasons connected to your most important goals will naturally reveal the purpose that you want money to have in your life. Okay, so let me repeat that 3 steps. Step 1 is to make a list, categorize the things that is important to you in money sense. Okay, in that money has an impact on your individual life. And then write the goals that you want to achieve next to those categories, and envision that you have already achieved the goals. Okay, what does that feel? What does that look like? Okay, and then step 2, prioritize your goals. What are the most important categories? Out of the categories, which are the most important one? Place them in order. Step 3, know your why and your purpose, because that will be the major drive for you to take action, and be in alignment. Okay. For example, I'll give you another example. So the purpose of money isn't just to have the finances to move. For example, if you want to move house, so the purpose of the money isn't just to have the finance to move or buy a different house, your dream house. That's not the purpose of the money, right? So on a deeper level, you want money to give you the opportunity to foster those relationships and the freedom to choose where you want to live. Okay, can you see the difference here? It's not because you need the money to do things, right? It's having money as a tool so you can make better choices, so you have the opportunity to foster a better relationship, so you have the freedom to choose where you want to live, at the beach, in the mountain, anywhere that you dream of. Okay, so that's the different that's the flick. It might means the same thing, but if you say it in a different way, it works differently. Okay, so these are your money values. That's your money values. Okay, the key to a healthy and productive relationship with money is knowing which values are important to you and aligning your actions and goals with them. Okay, so this way, money is a tool, money is the temple, money is the tool that you can control to maximize its benefit in your life. Okay, so I hope this little session here will start to open your mind in terms of how you feel and look or think around money, right? So it's not like I mentioned, money, it's not something that, it just happens overnight. Your relationship with it, your spending, your habit around it, it doesn't happen overnight. Okay, it happens when you take the action and aligning with your goals, right? So I hope this opens your mind, open your vision in terms of what are the possibilities and opportunities that you can take in or you can manifest for your life, for you as an individual, and for your business. So I think this is the end of the session. So if you have any question at all, feel free to drop in, and any feedback at all, if it makes sense to you or if you want to know more about it, let me know. I would be so happy to share, and as a little facilitator in this group, I'm so privileged to be able to share all this knowledge with you guys. Okay, so yeah, so I think that's it for me. And for tomorrow, day 3, we'll be talking about all things about Reiki. So Christina will be coming on tomorrow, day 3, to talk all things about Reiki. I myself have not have experience in Reiki, so I'm very, very excited about it. And I can feel that that part of the Reiki exercise will um, explore myself more in terms of how it can help in terms of your well-being and your thoughts on your business or your individual. So I'm very, very excited and looking forward for Christina's session tomorrow. So yeah, so that's it for now. If you guys have anything else, let me know and we'll chat in the group. I'll see you then. Bye.